doctor gonna write? Together we will fight.
Jake Paul confirms that he will be boxing Gervonta Tank Davis in an exhibition match. That's at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, Friday, November 14th. That's going to be on Netflix. Jake Paul says, size versus speed, power versus precision. One will rise, one will fall. From Atlanta, live globally only on Netflix, Friday, November 14th. Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. confirmed for UFC No Chip, September 13th, San Antonio, Texas. Uncle versus nephew kind of fight. 20-year-old Raul Rosas Jr. taking on 38-year-old Rob Font. Rosas Jr., huge opportunity for him. He could break into the top 10 with a win. Breaking into the top 10 at age 20 is pretty crazy. Rob Font, some people are backing him in this fight, though, because he has pretty good takedown D, good ability to get back up when taken down, and his striking is quite good. He should have the edge in that department. I could see this fight going the distance. I could see this fight being a situation where the judges got to decipher whether the ground control that Raul Rosas Jr. has is more effective than the work that Rob Font does on the feet. It may just come down to the judges who Texas uses for their commission, and what they weigh in value. I'm going to go with Rob Font by split decision, 29-28, 29-28, 28-29. Aljamain Sterling and Brian Ortega are in the co-main event this Saturday in Shanghai, China. Even though it's a co-main event, it's still 5-5-minute rounds, which is a bit different, a bit unusual. It's not a title fight, just a co-main, but 5-5-minute rounds. Some people wondering why, including Aljamain Sterling. Maybe they did it because they expect Johnny Walker versus Zhang Ming Yang, which is the main event, to only be like a minute or two. Nonetheless, Aljo doesn't know why that was in the contract, and he wasn't really happy that it was put in the contract because he's not getting paid more for the 2 extra rounds of work, which normally happens.
I don't know why it's 5 rounds. I don't know if Brian Ortega is the one who asked for 5 rounds, but 5-round main events, if you're not the champion, you get an extra pay incentive. So I'm kind of annoyed because we're not getting extra pay for 5 rounds. I'm like, did he want to fight 5 rounds for no extra money? I think it's kind of fucking stupid. What are we getting out of this? We're not getting a trophy at the end of this, so why are we fighting 5 rounds? This is 10 extra minutes of training, 10 extra minutes of fighting. I don't know. I legitimately do not know. We got the same manager, so I don't want 5 rounds. 5 rounds, who wants to do 5 rounds? Who wants to fight more for the same pay rate that they're going to get? It doesn't make any sense.
When did you find out it was 5?
In the beginning of the contract. And I was just like, for what? I thought potentially we might be moved to the main event. And then that hasn't happened. So here we are. I'm like, well, hey, Mr. Manager, can we get a little extra money for this? I'm like, I've been asking for weeks. I'm like, because this is... the fight's going to happen regardless, right? But it just would be nice to be compensated to do the extra. This is outside of the ordinary scope. So it's like, well, no co-main event is 5 rounds unless they're getting paid. So I don't know. It's a little weird. I am a little annoyed by that. I know some people are going to take that headline and clip it, and I was just frustrated with the UFC. It's not even that. Make it make sense. I train hard, I got a big wedding coming up. Hunter knows about it. So, dude, a little extra bonus would be nice. It'd be nice for both of us, both of our families.
The UFC don't care about both their families and both of them. It sounds harsh, but they're a business and they don't give a shit about anything other than money. But Sterling, Ortega, both of them deserve extra money for that extra work because that's how it's normally done. There is also a decent chance that this fight does go the distance, the full 25 minutes. So instead of working the normal 15, they got to work 25 minutes. Aljo and the UFC have a bad relationship. UFC don't like him. He don't like the UFC. And their relationship seems to get worse and worse over time. Marvin Vettori says he's feeling brand new because I had to get surgery for my nose. I can finally breathe and I'll be back soon. He's lost his last 3 fights, 2 this year, most recently against Brendan Allen. Before that, he lost to Roman Dolidze. Prior to that, he lost to Jared Cannonier. All 3 of them decision losses. Khamzat Chimaev was asked about the possibility of fighting Alex Pereira, and he says he doesn't care if Pereira wins or loses the rematch with Ankalaev in October if the UFC pays him well. He'll take the fight. Some argue that it would be one of the easier fights for Khamzat stylistically since his wrestling could overwhelm Pereira, while others noted Pereira is huge for the division and has better takedown defense than Dricus du Plessis. Most agreed while the matchup would draw big money and attention is more about business and entertainment than merit within the rankings. Alex Pereira, slight underdog in this fight with Magomed Ankalaev because he lost the first fight 3 rounds to 2. It was relatively close in that sense. 48-47 on all the cards. The co-main event is a lot more lopsided in terms of the odds, as Corey Sandhagen is a much bigger underdog against Merab. Merab's a pretty big favorite against everyone in the division at this point. And the other light heavyweight fight on the card is Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree, and Prochazka is a slight favorite in that one. BKFC doing a press conference tomorrow in Newark, New Jersey, promoting their BKFC 82 event. Conor McGregor hosting. The main event is going to be Mike Perry versus Jeremy Stephens. They'll be at the conference, as will Frankie Edgar and Jimmy Rivera, who will be fighting on that card. Reporters will ask why Frankie Edgar is coming back to competition after retiring.
Guys, I am reading the manuscript right now of my book that's about 99% done. A little excerpt here. Success does not come in a straight line. It is a jagged, unpredictable path. I've had moments of immense confidence followed by moments of self-sabotage. It is a cycle. Gain confidence, tear it down, rebuild, repeat, but through it all, the overall trajectory is up. It just takes time. I felt the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and everything in between. And in the chapters to come, I hope to share with you what I've learned and how you can rise above your limitations. When I finally signed with the UFC, I had a conversation with Dana White. I told him honestly, Dana, well, you have to buy the book to hear how that conversation went, but this is awesome, man. Guys, we are so close. All of my stories, all the lessons I've learned, all the things that have gone inside of here and onto these pages. Can't wait for y'all to see it. Coming soon. We're almost done. Sending it to the editors now. God bless. See you.
When people talk about the GOATs in MMA, some of the names that come up are George St. Pierre, John Jones, Anderson Silva, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Fedor Emelianenko, and Demetrius Johnson. But for Daniel Cormier, he takes Jones and Anderson Silva off the list because he feels that they should not be on there because of testing positive for banned substances.
Give me about Rushmore fighters.
Demetrius Johnson.
Okay.
George St. Pierre.
Okay.
Khabib. Khabib was undefeated. Nobody beat him. Fourth. God, that's where it gets tough. That's where it gets tough. Because you feel like you want to put, like, when we talk about just accomplishments, no one's more accomplished than Amanda Nunes.
Right.
Can I really put her on the Mount Rushmore of fighting? But George, Demetrius, Khabib. God, there's some good guys. Chuck Liddell was good, man. Chuck Liddell's kind of responsible for us being here. Randy Couture won 2 titles in his bracket. I think that 4th place would belong to one of those guys. I think somebody like that, because I would never put myself up there. Right.
But
I'm like right in that 4 to 7 range.
Yeah, I thought you might put Anderson.
Anderson had the steroid.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like,
You're
so
right,
like,
yeah.
I can't put Anderson. Like, I would like to put Anderson. If I'm saying all those guys included, then obviously John and Anderson are on that Mount Rushmore.
Right.
But I don't do that. I refuse it. It's not in fighting.
In this octagon of